Many years ago, I was in Indonesia and had a teammate who told me that her mom was going to memorize the book of Ephesians in Indonesian. And I thought, what? I can't imagine trying to do it in English, let alone Indonesian. But a seed was planted, and that thought just kind of has simmered on the stove of my mind for ever since, pretty much. And a couple years ago, in 2022, I decided this was the summer I was going to memorize the book of Ephesians. And I decided I was going to use the New Living Translation, and I got out a notebook, and I got started. I kind of wrote a song, was working on the first 8 verses, made some good progress, and was feeling a little encouraged, and then just came to a dead stop. And I did write out the book by hand, and tried, and I just was completely overwhelmed and decided this is just not going to happen. And so fast forward to the fall of 2023, and for CBS, the leadership was encouraged to choose a scripture verse or passage to work on this year. And I was trying to decide, and that Ephesians thing was back there, and I thought, I can't do it. And then this thought came to me, you are biting off way more than you can chew. You got to make some smaller goals. So I thought, well, Ephesians chapter 1, I'll try with that. And if I can make it through that, then maybe I can go a little further, one step at a time. So we had to tell some other people. We were in groups, and we were supposed to share what passage we had decided to work on. And so once I said it out loud to several other ladies, all of a sudden it was like, there's accountability now. I've got to do this. And I jumped on it and worked back on the song that I had kind of developed in 2022. I started tweaking that a little bit and started working that. And then as I moved past verse 8, I discovered something, because I was working on scripture memory with the children at CBS. I do the music there, and I was having a lot of fun doing just chants and rhythms with scripture. And I thought, anyway, I started doing it with Ephesians. And next thing I knew, I had no idea it would be so easy for me to just use rhythm, and how much that would click with my brain. It was really a shock to me. But here I am. It's February. I don't even know. February 14th. It's Valentine's Day. And a few days ago, or within the last week, finally memorized the last 2 verses of Ephesians. And it's a rush. It's just amazing. The Lord has helped me to get through the whole chapter, and it seemed so long and daunting and undoable and impossible when I started, but I can't believe it. He has brought me this far. But I have to tell you too that I have to stay on it every single day, because when I was in Indonesia, I would say, so I was gone for 3 weeks, and probably about 2 weeks of that, I slacked off and I didn't work on it. And when I came back and I just thought, I'll make some videos and do, a verse at a time. I could not remember what I was doing. And all I did, was like 2-week break, and it just derailed everything. And so I had to get back in it and start going back over it. And so I find I have to do it every day. I find my best working time is in the car when I'm driving somewhere. I make little audio recording clips that I listen to while I'm in the car. And so I'll just work on 1 or 2 verses at a time. And usually within one trip from one place to another, 15 minutes or something, even maybe 5 or 10 minutes, I can get that 1 or 2 verses down. And then I would add on another verse the next day, or 2 verses the next day. And then at night, when I'm trying to go to sleep, I'm laying in bed and I review and just go over and over and over the whole passage. And so I finally have arrived, and now I'm excited. I want to tackle Ephesians chapter 2, verses 1 through 10 next. And but I'm still I want to sit here for a little while on Ephesians 1 and just let that percolate and just let it settle, and keep going over it and over it. And as I move into chapter 2, I'll need to keep reviewing chapter 1, or else it'll be gone. But that's the Ephesians chapter 1 story.